Let's talk about the most dangerous pet my party has ever had in our games of Dungeons and Dragons. So, buckle up. It's gonna be a fun ride. So in our campaigns, I like to give my players the ability to buy something called mystery eggs. Mystery eggs could contain anything from dogs, cats, bears, dragons. You can find almost anything in here, but you don't know what's gonna be in the egg until it hatches. Now, the warlock thought that his little pocket spider friend could use, a pal, a buddy. So he bought one of these mystery eggs, and soon, lo and behold, hatches a purple crab. The party has a purple wood elf named Cagranar, so what did they name the purple crab? Crabranar. Now, the druid can just talk to animals, and the warlock can talk to sea creatures, so they were able to understand what the crab was saying. And his first words, I kid you not, were world domination. And yes, it gets worse because the warlock gave him a knife, and then he used the knife to steal a train. They still don't know where he is.
Alright, let's see how this works. I'm actually really excited to try this. I'm glad they got the filter working for everyone. ASMR. Barbarian. Interesting. Holy shit! Good lord, overpowered motherfucker. Like, he is not smart, but damn. I can fly into a rage, and I can fly into your heart. This is an interesting character. I might have to tell my DM about this. Have a nice day.
Here's a roleplay plot that will f*** up your players. Introduce a new NPC called Rabbit. Rabbit is about 4 foot tall and looks like an anthropomorphic rabbit. Rabbit loves fun and games. Rabbit is insatiably curious about the world. Rabbit has an appetite that means it can eat amazing amounts of food. Rabbit only refers to itself as Rabbit and only discusses itself using the pronoun we. Shortly after meeting Rabbit, some townsfolk start going missing. All eyes point to Rabbit, but the PCs obviously want to clear the name of their new friend. They investigate, but it turns out Rabbit did do it. After the final fight with Rabbit, Rabbit is lying on the floor looking up at them and just goes, Rabbit will remember your faces. Rabbit is the descendant of an escaped magical experiment. Rabbit is a creepy hive mind. Rabbit has an insatiable appetite for the flesh of sentience, and Rabbit, well, they breed like rabbits. Hope you enjoy, and follow along for more.
Cups are a big part of Ren Fair culture. I had no idea until I went the first time and noticed that, wow, everybody has really cool cups here. They become a part of your character's outfit, and I wanted to join the fun, so I decided to get a cup from Ravensmiths. You get to choose what wooden cup you'd like, and then pick a handle. A blacksmith puts it together for you, and ta-da, a one-of-a-kind cup with a lifetime warranty. Now all I have to do is enjoy a drink.
If you do exclusively combat XP, every single Wizard Academy in your world should say, "Greetings, students. Welcome to Wizard Academy. Today we're going to go slaughter goblins."
Yep.
And you go like, why? Shouldn't we be reading? It's like, reading? You're not going to get good at magic from reading, my man. You got to get out there and kill people. You want to get good at magic? People got to die.
I really want to play with you.
Folks really liked my take on elves, so here's my reimagination of lizard folk. Lizard folk in my world look more like crocodiles, and can grow to be enormous sizes. In fact, if they continue to consume, they'll continue to grow. They start out roughly humanoid-sized, maybe even a little smaller, but the longer they live, the bigger they get. And the bigger they get, the more monstrous they become. Their hunger grows greater and greater, to the point where they get so big they actually can't support themselves bipedally, and they have to walk on all fours. Usually once they reach a certain immensity, they actually die because they can't sustain the amount of food their body requires, but this is very rare that they even live this long. Their culture is referred to as the foregone, as in foregone conclusion. And if this lore sounds familiar to you, that's because it's heavily inspired by Lovecraft's Shadow over Innsmouth. The foregone have a god that they call Dagon, again inspired by Shadow over Innsmouth, and this is actually a living god. Dagon is simply a foregone that the foregone have venerated and decided to continue to feed to see how big they can become. So while some secretly live in these coastal swamps, out at sea Dagon feeds and grows to cataclysmic immensity.
On your side, talk more.
So what do I do? Just aim for the pond?
No, you're not supposed to hit it into the water.
But you hit it into the water.
I know I hit it into the water.
Well, why do they even have water if you're not supposed to hit it there?
Because it's fun! We're having fun!
So you're in the middle of a dungeon when a PC dies, and now you have to introduce an entirely new player in the depths of a beholder's lair. What do you do? Well, could I introduce you to the Bronze Curse? What happens is in the first room that they discover in the next session, in the center of the room, all of the PCs see a bronze statue that is a tabaxi, a orc, whatever the next player character is. Once they enter the room, which they must, the door closes behind them and latches shut. The PCs hear from the other side as the bronze begins cracking inch by inch, clanging onto the floor piece by piece, revealing none other than the new PC themselves. However, this PC is still under the Bronze Curse, so everyone gets to roll initiative as the players start attacking the other players. After each turn, however, the cursed player will be able to roll a wisdom saving throw to break out of the curse. At that point, they will see what is happening, the fight will halt, and the new PC finds out how many years they have been trapped. 1, 10, 100, 1,000, it is completely up to y'all. If you like this, make sure to go ahead and drop a follow, and don't forget to join the Discord, because that's a thing. I would like to share my favorite puzzle that is so simple it's comical and has stumped every party I've ever given it to. Full disclosure, I did not make this puzzle. My boyfriend actually used it on me whenever I was an adventurer at his table. You start with a seemingly harmless room, perhaps bedroom or dining hall, something that has furniture in it, but it's simple. However, whenever the party enters the room, the doors slam shut and they are covered with iron bars. Then a lever appears in the center of the room from the floor and it begins. 10, 9, 8, 7. The players will all make a mad dash for the lever, and once it is pulled, there will be a pause before 10, 9, 8. Now they'll be confused, and this is where the fun starts. The barbarian might try to bend the bars, the wizard might detect magic, everyone can do whatever they want. The only way to get out is to allow the countdown to reach 0 without pulling the lever. Essentially to do nothing, which players are very bad at. Once they realize they have to let it reach 0, they will be kicking themselves and you will be laughing.
And speaking of magical ambush, you hear...
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, did you say my name? And feel a knife plunge into your back.
No!
For 30 points of damage.
I'm down.
No.
Putting a hand around your throat to bring you to the ground is Charity Blythe.
What
you
the
can now see you right there.
Hold on. Is there anything I can do because I do have alert? I can't be surprised.
Fuck. Oh, yeah.
I can't be surprised by something I can't see. Oh! Wait. Hey, you know who can't be surprised?
Okay.
Nasty little man.
You nasty little man.
Public defender Abria Iyengar, advocating on her own behalf.
Welcome to Dungeon Master Therapy. How can I help you today? They built a bomb. What? My players, they built a bomb. Like a TNT bomb or like a small explosive. Nope, full-out nuclear bomb! How the fuck does it even happen? They went to a deep mountain to fight evil dwarves that were mining for uranium and plutonium. Why were the dwarves mining for uranium and plutonium? To build a bomb? Let me guess, your players fought the dwarves and defeated them and then found their minecarts that were full of uranium and plutonium. Yep. And instead of destroying the uranium and plutonium, your players decided to keep it. Yep. Okay, but as a DM, you should have said no to making a bomb out of it. How would they even know how to make a nuclear bomb out of it? What happened? The cleric was successful with his divine intervention, and he had his god teach the artificer nuclear physics. Wow! And this is what the bomb looks like. Why does it look like a penis? They said something about asserting dominance. How old are your players, like 12? Mid-20s, early 30s? Makes sense.
I had this villain in this campaign. I was running with a bunch of College Humor cast members where we had this badass hunter who was this like demon masked archer who was firing from half a mile away, and he was super fucking scary. He was supposed to be a villain like forever. The first time they encountered him, it was a cliff. They were in a valley with cliffs over them at sunset, and the sun was setting over the cliffs, and the arrows were coming from the setting sun.
That's so cool.
So they couldn't see where, and it was dealing like, 40 damage in an arrow, and it was like, there was like poison happening. It was very, very scary. They spent 2 hours of real playtime planning a trap. They rolled incredible. My guy rolled bad. And I had to, after the first session that he was introduced, be like, you catch him and he's dead. Because they did it. They got him. Now they loved that. And weirdly, it was narratively unsatisfying, but in a way that they love.